Okay, well, looks like we had some technical glitches earlier, so I am back. Sorry about that. I know Rizal dropped by just a while ago, and suddenly we had some technical glitches. Okay, so it caught me off guard there. Sorry, guys. Anyway, for those of you who just joined me, welcome to my weekly session, the Career Doctor by HRB. And let me see. Yes, the Career Doctor by HRB. Ask me anything. Now, those of you who have just joined me, welcome back. Yeah, and I have a few updates to share with all of you. As I mentioned earlier in my quick session that just got dropped out, I did went back to Raup and got sorted a few things out in regards to the family cooperative that I am together with a few other family members, right? So it's kind of interesting because I haven't gone back to Rao for a while, for a few months, and we went back, enjoyed some food, and we came back. So that was late last week. Hey, hi, Jasper. Thank you so much for dropping by. So what else in terms of updates? Okay, so this week we are also looking forward to host or rather to onboard a new cohort for the group career coaching. Yeah, so we have started group career coaching about 3 weeks ago. The first cohort has started with a small group of people. We usually start group career coaching with minimum 4 packs or 6 or 8. So far, we have not had 10, but the most we had was 8. So this time around, the first cohort, we kick off with a very small group of people who are looking out to get support in terms of group search or rather group career coaching and looking out for jobs. Yeah, so it runs for 4 sessions. So each session is about a couple of hours once a week. The second group that we're going to onboard this week is going to be this coming Wednesday. I look forward to meet all of them in this coming session. So very, very excited. Those of you who are interested to attend or rather to join our group career coaching, you are most welcome to drop me a note in my LinkedIn. Please do so. Ask me questions, about the sessions and all that. I'll be very happy to answer them for all of you. However, having said that, there will be some criterias if you like to join the group career coaching. Otherwise, then we may have to look at other ways for me to help you. Just to be mindful that we do also have a long list of people who wants to join in. So therefore, some of the cohort may only be able to run in the evening. Okay, because some of them are still working and all that. These are all confidential information that if you want to discuss with me, and you must be able to share some of your challenges so that I can try to fit you into which cohort that you might want to come in. Okay, so we have already started. Do drop me a short note if you're interested to join our group career coaching. Right, now what's next? Okay, yes. This week, we have made an appointment to meet up with our old long-time friend, Mr. Badri Bob Abdullah. He is the Director of Partnership in UNITA International University. Looking forward to meet up with Bob. It has been a while since we met Bob. I think it was, I don't know, before the pandemic started. That was like 2 years ago. My goodness. Now here's a little bit of a quandary here. We don't have a car because my car got rear-ended over the weekend. So I got to figure out. But hopefully, I do want to meet with Bob again. Um, to discuss on how to move along on a recent MOU that Dragonfire has signed together with UNITA. So therefore, I look forward to meet up with you, Bob. It's been a while. I've been missing our coffee. So there you go. Looking forward to meet up with Papa Tulips, right? And who else? Yes, okay, of course. For these coming days, there will be a few clients from our career coaching. Yeah, they will be attending interview sessions this week. So all the best to all of you. You know who you are. We have been prepping this for like days on end. I hope that all of you will get through the first session. Do practice what we have been prepping about. Many of my past clients would say this, that for interview prep session, it takes a little bit of time to work with me, because I do want to have my clients to be presented in the best way possible whenever they attend their interview session. There's a lot of homework, there's a lot of preparation, research, and all that, right? And so it's not exactly just stepping in into the interview session and just answer question. There are tips and techniques and stuff. So only if you have a conversation with me and see how I can help you with in your interview sessions. Moving forward, I do work with the non-executive middle level management as well as the C-suites as well, in order for them to be prepared for interview sessions. All right, now let's see who else is here. Okay, now let me see. Line is a little bit slow today. I'm not quite sure why, but I hope that all of you managed to come and join me today. It's just one of those things, isn't it? All right. Okay. Now, I have a few questions that came in through my DM in the past week. Today, I'm going to answer, let me see, one, two, three. Okay, so three questions that came in. The first question came from a lady by the name of, let me call her Miss A. All right. Now the question is this. I know a little bit of a background about Miss A. So basically what she wants to do is to go back into the job market. She's not very happy with her current work. Not only with the current work, but the current role, current environment, I would say, current boss. So therefore, there are a few things that she's not very happy about. She's been with that company for a good few years, and she wants to go. So her question sounds like this: how do we inform the company on my resignation? Okay, so how do we inform the company on my resignation? Well, Miss A, that's the easiest question. Write in a resignation letter. Right. So once you are prepared to go, I think it's best that we do a few things first before you write in, and before you write and submit your resignation letter. Number one, make sure that you have something in hand first, right? Not only that you have something in hand, but make sure that if there is any other offer letter that comes in, you have already signed it. So do not leave, never, guys, never leave a job without an offer that comes in and you haven't signed it yet, or through word of mouth. Somebody says, I'm going to offer you a job, you're going to start this, certain dates and all that, and you say yes. And because of the quick haste that you want to jump into a new role, you just forget to prepare yourself, right? So if you haven't still gotten your offer letter, make sure you have your offer letter before you tender in your resignation. Okay, so that's my first tip. Second tip is that you need to check with the HR department. Take a look at the balance of leave. If you have any balance of leave, make sure that you have this black and white, and plan well. What I mean in terms of planning well for your transition into the new role is that if you can, try to have a short break in between so that you can rejuvenate. Okay, so you need to come in into a new role with a fresh mindset, fresh spirit, everything fresh, maybe a fresh attire, even, just to get the group going. Okay, so coming back to the question, how do we inform the company on my resignation? Plan this earlier and write in a resignation letter. And usually they will ask me questions. So what's the best date to submit this resignation? Early of the month, middle of the month, end of the month, and all that. Well, actually, it depends. Okay, so for the purpose of salary calculation and everything else, I suggest you to write in towards the end of the month, not to end of the month, maybe a few days towards the end of the month. Submit in after you've done all your leave checks and all that, right? And submit this letter. So make sure you have one for your boss, okay? And have a copy submitted to the HR department so that they can have copy of your resignation letter. Now, I would also want to remind everyone that despite the fact that you may not have the best relationship with your boss or your organization when you tender your resignation, please do not write a novel when you submit the resignation. Simple enough to write in to say that you are resigning. That's it. Your resignation letter is not a place for you to air your grouses. Okay, so we do not want to do that. If you want just to resign, you just write in resignation letter and submit. That's it. Okay, so it's not a piece of paper where you write a novel about your grouses and all that. No, we don't do that. Okay, so I hope that I have answered the question for Miss A. Hi, Homera. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining in. I hope that you ask questions. Please do ask any question at all. All right, and those of you who just joined in, this session is recorded, so you may want, if you had missed my first part of this session, you can just go back once the recording or rather the broadcast has ended. So it's been recorded, you may just revisit. Okay, so there you go. That was the answer, or rather my response to Miss A. Now, the next question came in. It sounded like this. Can we choose not to inform my boss on the new job? Heck, of course, yes. It's not anybody's business to know where you are going. Now, I'm saying this because there are a lot of people who wants to leave because they have challenges at work and all that, with the boss, organization, colleagues, and whatever else. And there will be friends or colleagues who will be asking you, hey, where are you going, where are you going next, are they paying you any better, things like that. Now, as much as it is no one else's business to know where you are going, again, it depends on the relationship that you have with the current employer. Actually, it's entirely up to you whether you want to tell them or not. Now, I'm just thinking out loud the pro and con for you to inform your colleagues or your boss in case that the relationship isn't exactly rosy and peachy. Okay, so there was a case before when this particular client had decided to inform her boss where she was going. Now, the relationship wasn't really rosy and peachy. It was actually very volatile. Okay, she had a very abusive boss and all that. But towards the end, at the exit interview, for some reason, they decided to give her an exit interview. They asked her, where is she going to? And she, in her fit of rage, she decided to inform the boss where she was going. Now, the thing is that what she didn't know was that her current boss then knew who is the boss of the new place, right? So they went long way back, like way back during college time. So the ex-boss, soon-to-be ex-boss, called up the soon-to-be new boss and shared some really not so good stuff, which are obviously not true, and encouraged this guy not to hire her. And so our friend here ended up with an offer letter in hand, and then a few days later received another letter by saying that they had to pull back the offer letter for some unknown reason. Okay, so um, play smart, all right? Play smart, strategize on your exit. We do not want to burn the bridge, but you do not have to be dumb either, okay? So play smart when you want to exit, especially when the situation is volatile and not very friendly either. I just want to say hi for those who just came in. Hi, Haris. Good day. Thanks so much for dropping by. And Nazreen, Waalaikumsalam. One of my favorite people to see today. Nazreen, thanks so much for spending time today to join in my session. All right, so coming back to this question, can we choose not to inform the boss on the new job? It depends on the relationship that you have with your current employer. I know it may sound like selfish and all that, but I do want to see your transition is done in such a way that is being thought over. Okay, so do not get into a fit of rage, for example, in exit interview. No emotional outburst, because then it just validates the kind of thinking that your ex-employer has about you. All right, so the next question. This is one of my favorite questions. I have so many favorite questions. How to handle if employer is using emotional tactic such as commitment, obligation, empathy, etc., etc. Huh. I'm very sure many of you who have experienced this will tell this particular person, don't bother, right? So how to handle if the employer uses emotional tactics such as commitment, obligation, empathy. Now guys, this is what I call emotional blackmail. From the word blackmail, you know that this is no good, right? So emotional blackmail is very I would say a bit of an issue to manage, because it's obviously using your emotion. Sometimes this is used whenever you hand over your resignation letter, and your direct manager will tell you, but you have promised to stay with us for as long as you can, or for example, until the project is done, or for example, you have an obligation towards the organization to see it through, where this, where that, etc., etc. Never mind that all of these things have affected you emotionally, mentally. You get sick all the time. You're being forced to come into the office despite the fact that everybody's on COVID, and all that. So all of this, right? So how do you handle such employees? Now, guys, according to a research, people will leave even after the counter offer. Okay, so research shows as well that up to 80%, those who accept counter offer ends up leaving anyway. Okay, so they will leave within 6 months. 80% will leave within 6 months, and 9 out of 10 will leave within a year. Looks like there is no love lost at all. So those of you employees who plan to leave for all the good reason, okay, for all the good reason, for example, personal growth, professional growth, things have been affecting you emotionally, physically, mentally, for example. if you had set in the exit clause, and you've been counter offered, you know what? Just go, because the love is no longer there. Okay, so when we are still in so much in love, everything is good, everything smells great. But when there is already lost love, there's no point of staying back. You know the reason why you are leaving. Okay, so for employers in return, counter offers may not work so well as well. The fact that the counter offer came in towards at the end, when your people are about to leave. So what happened during before that, and if you had paid more attention to them, they might not want to leave. So counter offer usually fails. In a few months time, you will see those folks who you've been counter offering will eventually leave as well, because things need to change. If things hasn't changed, then nothing changed, right? So no love. All right, so there you go. Very short session today, that I wanted to share. Not much else except that I think, yes, I'm just looking at a short note here that I wanted to remind myself. I just want to have a quick share about mental wellness. Okay, so last week I spoke to a couple of prospective clients who checked in with me to see whether I would be able to support them in terms of their career growth. Now, a few of them have actually shared with me that they are seeing the professionals in terms of managing their mental wellness. Yeah, and one of their worries is that should they share this particular session or this particular situation with new employers. Um, Now, I haven't really thought about how to address this yet. I may want to confer with a few other friends, professionals, yeah, on how to manage this. But personally, I feel that if you think by sharing this in the beginning, it might jeopardize your job application, I think we might have to manage the conversation first. But again, this is just on top of my head. I would love to hear your thoughts, both from employees as well as employers, recruiting manager and hiring manager, and also recruiters. Please share with me what are your thoughts in terms of candidates coming in for job application and revealing the fact that they are seeing the professionals to manage their mental wellness. How would you deal with such situation? Is it a yay? Is it a nay? What would you like to be done? Okay, and how do you see things moving forward with application such as coming from such candidates? Okay, I would love to hear from you. There you go. That's it for today. Very short and sweet. I would love to hear from you guys again for next week's session. This session comes in every Monday at 12 o'clock. If you have any question whatsoever, please write in, DM me or email me at info@dragonfire.com.ny. I'll be very happy to answer them for you. If I don't have the answer, well, I don't know every answer, all right? So I may have to confer with associates, some friends, other professionals to see how I can answer you to the best of my ability. So there you go. Thanks again, guys, for joining me today. Enjoy the week. Have a productive week ahead, and cheers.